So this is the 2019 Ernie Ball Music Man Majesty in blue Hanu. And this is, if you're not familiar with this guitar, it's the John Petrucci model. John Petrucci is the guitarist of Dream Theater. And I've been playing guitar since I was like eight or nine-ish, somewhere in there. John Petrucci has always been like an inspiration of mine when it comes to playing guitar. This is the, like I mentioned, the 2019 Music Man Majesty. This is the 7-string model in blue Hanu. This thing is not the most expensive one because the Tiger Eye is the most expensive one, but this is a pretty expensive guitar. And it's, in my personal opinion, it's well worth it. So it's got the Schaller locking tuners. I'm sorry, I saw somebody walk by outside and it freaked me out. The neck through design, I wouldn't expect anything less on a very expensive guitar like this. Neck through design, it's Honduran mahogany neck, ebony fretboard, stainless steel frets. It's got the mirror inlays, except the Majesty logo's on the first fret. The body is African mahogany with a maple top, so they kept the maple shield. And they have different, color variations of this guitar, obviously, but I believe the other blue one, it's blue, I forgot what it is, like magnetic blue or something like that, and the stealth black. Originally I was going to go with the stealth black, and the reason why I didn't is because that is basswood. And I wanted to go a different direction with this guitar because I believe my Schecters, or my primary Schecter is basswood. So I kind of wanted to try something new this time around. And plus it is matte and I wanted the high gloss finish on this guitar. The main reason why I decided to get this one and not get one of the older ones on sale, because I think a lot of stores are discounting the 2014 models and then the 2017, 2018 or whatever, because the older ones, they have the DiMarzio illuminators in them, and then the ones after that, they came out the Sonic Ecstasies. In this one, they have the Rainmaker and the Dreamcatcher. The neck pickup is the Rainmaker and the bridge pickup is the Dreamcatcher. And of course it's, got some other features that you might have heard of already, such as, you have coil tap feature, you have a 20 gain boost, you can do 3-way selector. 20 gain boost I wouldn't really consider standard, but the coil taps are certainly, and selector switches are certainly normal in a lot of guitars, if not most guitars. One thing really unique about this guitar is it has a Paizo built into it. I will demonstrate that here in a little bit. I haven't really played around with it because you don't really, obviously you don't really hear the Paizo effect until you get into more clean tones, because it's my understanding that it's I don't know a lot about Paizo, but it's my understanding that it's used to kind of simulate acoustic sounds. So I'm going to dig into that a little bit, just give a little quick demonstration of what that sounds like. You have options to change the way those special features function. There's some mini screws on the back plate here, and for some reason this thing is just focusing on my face. It's not focusing on the guitar. So I'll read those off to you. So you have mag boost, so you can adjust the mag boost, which is the 20 boost gain. And then you have 3 different options to change the Paizo. So you can change the Paizo mix, the magnetic Paizo mix, the treble and the bass. So I assume from the factory on a guitar like this, they set it up to what they think the best thing is for this guitar. Obviously you can change it to your own, the way you want to hear it. So the reason why they changed the pickups is because they wanted a different sound for it. They wanted to really voice the guitar. Obviously it's got a tremolo. It's got a Music Man tremolo, chrome plated. The little string things here, I can't think of what they're called for whatever reason, but they're pure steel. And the tremolo bar is in the case right now, but it's got a tremolo. So I'm gonna just diddle around on the guitar a little bit. I did a little introduction of A Change of Seasons by Dream Theater, and just to kind of show you, because yeah, I am running through a Line 6 Pod HD Pro X. It's gonna be pretty raw. Anyway, let's jump in. So there you have it. I don't know if you could tell that, you know, there's a three-way, the Paizo system is a three-way selector. I really hope that you could hear the difference between the different settings. Also with the coil or the boost I did. One interesting thing about this guitar as well is that it doesn't take a 9-volt battery like a lot of guitars do. It takes AA batteries, and I believe it takes 3 or 4 of them in the back here. So I'm so used to seeing 9-volt batteries. That's kind of a weird change. I haven't noticed that before. Maybe it means they'll last longer. I don't know why they take AA's rather than 9-volt. You know, so if anybody knows, I'm curious to know. And so one cool thing about this guitar, well, there are so many cool things about this guitar, but something that, you know, I don't really think about, and I think a lot of people don't think about, is the cutaway. The cutaway does not obstruct your playing whatsoever, and it's on the higher fret, which is really great, because I think even on my Schecter, it's, you know, my Schecter 7-string's got a really good cutaway too, but it's a little bit more extreme, for lack of a better word. And one thing too that I noticed is if I'm doing fast tremolo picking, like the lower the upper strings, lower upper on the like on the low B string, for example, it's the way this guitar is shaped, it feels so good. Like it's so easy to do, whereas like on my Schecter, I mean, it's not bad. I'm not gonna lie about that, but this guitar is noticeably thinner than, you know, especially on this top here. It's noticeably thinner and more ergonomic for faster picking on, you know, like the low B string. On a 7-string guitar, that's pretty important because you have a fatter neck and the body is the same size as the 6-string counterparts. The fact that they have a design for this guitar that works seamlessly for both a 6-string and a 7-string is fantastic. I love that. And I think that's pretty much all I wanted to talk about in this video. I mean, I'm sure there are plenty of videos out there of people doing, you know, stuff with this guitar. I think, I'm trying to think of who all has done one. I want to say Nick Nocturnal has done a video. I believe Tyler from Music Is Win did a video on one of these. I don't know if Jared Dines did. I don't think Stevie T did. But there are a lot of videos probably out there from smaller YouTube creators and stuff, smaller musicians too, that have, Ola England, I don't know if he's done one. I've watched so many videos on these guitars, especially before release, before launch date, that I forgot who all has received one. So if you have the opportunity, if you're a 7-string player, finding one in stores for the 7-string is very difficult, if not near impossible nowadays. Guitar Center doesn't seem to carry these 7-strings anymore. I don't know if they'll get them for this year. I highly suggest, if you're considering getting one of these, go to Guitar Center or go to a music store that carries the Majesty lineup and at least play the 6-string guitar to get an idea of how it feels and how it plays. The 7-string guitar obviously is going to play a little bit differently because there's an extra string and the neck is fatter, but you'll get a general sense of how it plays. A lot of people might not like, so one change that they did make with this is they went to a gloss back of the neck from a satin finish. And a lot of people really like the satin finish because it feels really, really smooth. But I will tell you, this feels really, really smooth. The neck itself is very, very thin. It's very easy to play. I feel like I could do like a Michelangelo Badio on this guitar, but I probably won't because I'm not Michelangelo Badio. Go play one. If you have the money and you've been eyeballing one of these for a while, go buy one. This thing is amazing. They did a great job. Major kudos to Ernie Ball, major kudos to John Petrucci, and major kudos to DiMarzio. Like, a lot of people don't realize that, hey, they worked with DiMarzio on these pickups, and these pickups are outstanding. I don't have another Majesty to be able to do a side-by-side comparison with like the Sonic Ecstasies or the Illuminators, but I am assuming that these are better. Like I mentioned, their voice for the guitar. Ernie Ball and John Petrucci worked with DiMarzio to get something incredible for this guitar, for this year's lineup. And I think they did a fantastic job. So with that, thank you for watching the video. My Axe FX3 is going to be coming on Friday, and I'm going to try my hardest to release a video of that soon. Axe FX3 is not new, but it's new to me. It'll be my first Axe FX. I have an HD Pro X right now in my rack, and I want to do a comparison of the two because there are comparison videos out there between the Pod HD Pro X and the Axe FX2, but I think they're lacking videos between that and the XFX3. So I hope to do that because that will help people out maybe, because the Pod HD Pro X is still viable, still a good processing unit. You can buy them brand new for I think like $500 now compared to XFX3's $2,500 price tag. So it's going to be very interesting to see the differences between them. One thing I do want to mention too is that I stream on Twitch. I mainly stream games, but once I get my Axe FX3, I'm going to take my old equipment and set it up in my streaming room and start doing some songwriting on stream, like Metal Mondays or Music Mondays or something like that. I have to plan it out. So if it's something you're interested in, feel free to check me out on Twitch. The link will be in the description below. And I stream like 4 or 5 days a week, sometimes more. We have a good time, you know. I'm a member of a community there, so we have a good time there, and I should just shut up because I'm rambling. So again, thanks for watching, and I hope this video was good and educational for you guys, and thanks. All right, and see you later.